of what has been a full dedication to supporting and developing Africa. What we celebrate today is the selfless, committed, and passionate work done on the ground in the member countries and in the communities across Africa, the lives of millions of people. Now that, in my view, is worth celebrating. The work of the bank is multifaceted, and it includes many people and many moving parts, from visiting countries to prepare and develop projects, conducting appraisals, supervising projects, evaluating projects. It is you, the staff, that get it all done. From developing projects for the youth, for women, from schools to hospitals, from farms to markets, from roads to transport corridors, from supporting the businesses to supporting policymakers to make better decisions for their people, from tackling debt issues to fighting climate change. You, the staff of the bank, the African Development Bank, this global institution, make it all happen. For every project on the ground, an entire ecosystem of the bank rallies around it, providing support from task managers to environmental and social impact assessments, financial management, procurement, security, preparation of board documents, evaluation, audits, monitoring, and the results. And of course, I am delighted that today we have several of our board of directors that are here because they get all those documents and all the things that I have said. They're the ones who actually look at it every single day. When we do any project, when we approve any strategy, they are the ones that approve the strategies and the documents. The class for our board of directors that are here today, thank you for being here with us. Ladies and gentlemen, since we launched the One Bank model, we now work synergistically across complexes of the bank, regional and country offices. The work we do is facilitated in both languages of the bank. I was very excited today when I started hearing my staff talking about the various languages I was talking to Foster. I said, that's really very good because that allows you to see the diversity that we have. So, Ecuador, Ekunyedu, that's my own little language. I just basically said happy birthday to you. And that work that we do across the bank is facilitated by ICT, by interpreters and translators that help us to operate optimally and effectively in both languages, official, let me say, of the bank, in French and English. Our work is strengthened by oversight units, including ethics, audit, independent evaluation, the independent review mechanism, which helps us to give voice to people, individuals, and communities impacted positively or negatively by the impacts by the bank's projects. The African Development Bank is a responsible lender and works closely with civil society, many of them are here today, and communities, so that all the voices can be heard and respect accorded to everyone. Our diversity is our strength. We start from 77 countries. These diversity, African and non-African, with a multicultural fusion, allows us to look at issues from a multiplicity of enriched perspectives. Over the past 6 decades, from general service staff to locally recruited staff to professional staff, managers, directors, and vice presidents, we collectively deliver a tremendous impact across Africa for the bank. From our first projects in Sierra Leone and Kenya in 1967, our work now supports well over 6,575 projects. From just $250 million when we started, the African Development Bank's capital today stands at $318 billion US. In 60 years, the bank has provided over $184 billion to support Africa's development and growth. The evidence of our impact is all around and it's evident for all to see. Our work over the past 8 years alone has impacted on over 400 million people. You have so much to be proud of. The bank's work has always been applauded by the African Union, which has stated that achieving our high fives is to light up and empower Africa, to feed Africa, to industrialize Africa, to integrate Africa, and to improve the quality of life of the people of Africa. These high fives will allow Africa to achieve more than 90% of the Agenda 2063 and more than 90% of the Sustainable Development Goals. So the African Development Bank is at the core of accelerating Africa's development. In addition, the bank has been applauded for its works in fragile environments. Whether it is in areas of conflict such as Sudan or in South Sudan, or helping countries facing fragility, the bank has always been present. When others leave, the African Development Bank stays. Right here in Côte d'Ivoire, when the country came out of civil war, the bank was right beside it and supporting it in its rebuilding efforts. Our support allowed this beautiful country to transition from being a fragile state to a country that remarkably now accesses the commercial lending window of the bank. And I must say, Monsieur le Ministre, c'est la première fois.
Mr. Minister, this is the first time in the history of the bank that the country exits from a status as fragile state, a transitional state, and directly accesses the lending window of the bank. Congratulations, Mr. Minister. I think tomorrow we shall have the opportunity with the participation of His Excellency Mr. President, and I will thank him in person because it is a remarkable show of leadership. So today, let me just use this opportunity to thank him. Tomorrow, I will still have the opportunity to do so in person. And not only him, the entire government of Côte d'Ivoire for the remarkable work done in this country. Congratulations.
You work tirelessly and bravely in very difficult environments, including Somalia and Sudan, to secure debt arrears clearance for these countries with the support of our board and putting yourself and your families at risk. Today, as we celebrate the bank at 60, I would like to salute and highly commend the bank staff for your exemplary dedication. Well done, everybody. You make the bank so proud, and I am extremely proud of every single one of you. Today in this hall, we have staff who have served and retired from the bank. Of course, we have those who worked tirelessly for this bank who have also passed on. May their souls rest in peace. We remember them today as we celebrate the 60th anniversary. You all will always be a part of the African Development Bank family. Once you have worked at the African Development Bank, something stays with you. The bank stays with you. You have a sense of pride of working for the institution, and you had it in some of the testimonies that were shared today. Nostalgia for the hard and rewarding work we all do every single day. The recollections of colleagues that you work with and laugh with and cry with and support each other, and a sense of collective purpose and mission on behalf of Africa, a continent we love so dearly. As I have remarked glowingly in the past, you know, the Minister of Finance was just saying that the next annual meeting will be held right here. And he said, then you will elect a new president for the African Development Bank. But I've always said, when that time comes and I'm asked, what will I miss the most when my tenure as president of this beautiful institution, the African Development Bank, comes to an end? I never miss a beat. I said, my staff. And that sometimes gets me emotional, because I know how much we all work hard, and literally for many of us have no life, just working relentlessly to push the agenda for Africa forward. But I have more to say next year, so I'm not retiring yet. This also applies to thousands of staff who work at the bank long before my own arrival as president. Your legacy will always continue. I commend all bank staff for laying strong foundations, and the present staff for building and laying new foundations. Foundations for a more impactful bank. Foundations for a more efficient bank. Foundations for supporting a brighter future for Africa. We are joined today by several family members, spouses and children. I commend the families, spouses and children of all of our staff who cope with the long absence of their loved ones as they work tirelessly for this bank and for the continent, who travel frequently and constantly, therefore spend a lot of time away from home. Your support at home has made it easier for them to be able to perform their work and responsibilities here in Abidjan and all across our 41 offices and regional offices that we have, the 5 ones that we have. We thank you and we salute you. And if you're in the hall today, you're a wife, you're a spouse, you're a child, you're a family member of any of our staff, I'd like you to rise so that we can thank you. Thank you very much. Merci. Merci beaucoup. Merci infiniment. There's still much to do as we support the staff of the bank. And as you know, I am strongly committed to ensuring that the general service staff in particular are promoted. We will continue to do everything possible to make the bank the employer of choice with the strong support of our board of directors. And that is why our board of directors approved the 2021 to 2025 People Strategy. It provides a compelling employee value proposition that offers staff members stimulative work, compensation, and continuous learning. Our goal is to attract and retain first-class staff with the skills and competencies needed to continue to build upon the successes of the bank to meet evolving needs of this bank and also of this continent in the future. I am very pleased, and in fact we're delighted and excited that the presidential directive that I issued in April of 2022 has led to the promotion and the moving up of 100 general service staff in 2023. We will continue to improve and to refine our opportunities for upward mobility at all levels in the bank. Regardless of your work, regardless of your title, regardless of your position, you are important at this bank. Please, while sitting, no standing, just join hands to the person next to you. I know I have a difficulty because my vice president, Beth Dunford, had a shoulder surgery, so she may not be able to reach out. But Ms. Rai, vice president, if you can reach out more stronger, that way she can be part of this. And please say together, we are important. On est important. On est très important. Oui, vous êtes important.
Yes, indeed, you are important. You are very important. You are very important, like myself, the president of the African Development Bank. You are very important for the African Development Bank. You are very important for Africa itself. I thank you for all the work you do on a daily basis, relentlessly. I would like to thank you because we are going through a cycle of our bank's history and for the history of Africa. And you are part of this history. We are in this together to work and make a difference to transform our continent, and you are part of this transformation. So it's a time for us to celebrate our 60th anniversary, the bank's 60th anniversary. I know that in my capacity as the president of the bank, I am 64. That means I am 4 years older than the bank. And so, When I commend the bank for 60 years, I also commend myself because we are almost within the same age range. Thank you very much for everything. This is our 60th anniversary, and by the grace of God, we shall have another 60th anniversary. Today, I am 64, and I pray that by God's grace, when you would be celebrating in 60 more years to come, I will be present. And if I'm not there, I will be in the heavens looking at you below and saying, continue doing the work. Thank you very much.
Merci beaucoup, Dr. Adesina.
Thank you very much, Dr. Adesina. You are also very important. The